Hey, this is Chris with Ugly.Teacher.Hiking. Today we got a new lid that could solve all our camping cup lid issues that I've been having over the years. Will it work? Let's check it out. Stick with it, guys. I know you get a kick out of this one. Ugly.Teacher.Hiking. I hike it so you don't have to. Alright guys, today we got a really good one where if you've watched my channel for a while, you know some of my biggest complaints are lids. I hate having to use Ranger bands to hold lids on. I hate the rattle of the lids. The only ones I've seen so far are like the Jetboil lids where they actually stay secure on here. So today I think I have found a solution, and hopefully it will work with a variety of different cups that we have to cook when we're camping. And that solution is the Pika. Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this was designed with input from DJI Outdoors. Seems like a really great guy up in Canada there, doing some really great things. But this just came in the mail the other day, and it is very difficult to get. So basically what this is, this lid will allow you to attach to the top of your cup, as well as put your lighter in there and a fuel canister, 4-ounce fuel canister. So we're going to give this a try today. I'll put the price in the upper corner there. Like I said, I got this from Pika, actually from their website, because it was sold all off on Garage Grown Gear, and I've been on a waiting list for, I couldn't even tell you how long. I missed it one day and it sold out within a day. So if you see it, you want it, grab it when you can. So let's open this bad boy up. I haven't even opened it yet. I'm pretty excited about this. So what does come in here? Comes with the lid itself, a sticker. That we'll leave it in there because it doesn't want to come out, obviously. So on here, let's look at the top. On the top here, we have conversion factors: 1 cup, 8 fluid ounces, 237 milliliters, which is nice. The conversion factors is always appreciated, especially here in the US, where, yeah, we're kind of basic and we're still in the old system. And then it has all the different, for all the way up to 2 cups, 16 ounces, or 473 milliliters. So pretty cool lid. It feels very sturdy. It is made out of some kind of ABS plastic. So I'm not putting a lot of effort into it because I don't want to break it, but it feels sturdy. It doesn't look like it was made in a 3D printer, which I was afraid of. Not that it would be bad, but sometimes those 3D printers don't hold up. Here's what it says on the insides. What's cooking good looking? And Pika Outdoors.com. Pika Outdoors.com. So as you can see, it's got the little indent to drink out of this. It's got our spot for our spoon. I'll go through that in a minute. I got several spoons here to give it a try. So let's try this out with a couple of different cups. On the packaging itself, let's look at that. Right here it says, fits most ultralight titanium pots with a 100 millimeter lip diameter, not for 550 milliliter pots. Okay. So let's give this a try. So today we seem to be having some lighting issues, so you have to forgive me, guys. So I know it said it didn't work with 550 cups, but I have my 550 Tokes Ultralight here. I wanted to give it a try anyway, because I thought originally it did. But we'll give it a try, see if it works. Okay, that fit on there just fine. a little tight at the top with the handles, but oh, okay. That seems to fit on there just fine on my 550 ultralight toques. Let's see if we can get it off. All right, that's tough to get off there. Hopefully you can break it in a little. All right, before we get any further, let's see how we can hook things up. So here, mini Bix is pretty much all I use. Plop that in there. Even has a little picture of a mini Bic lighter in there. Plop it on there. Fuel canister can go right on the bottom. Fuel canister can go on the bottom. Just like that. Now, it's not going to fit with a lot of stuff in here. So I'm going to dump out my alcohol stove. And let's see if it fits. Okay, it should fit. How would I use this? Like this, I think. Okay. No rattling. Oh, I hate the rattling sound. Even if it's just a little bit, it just drives me up the wall. Okay, now, the next thing that we have here is, it has a unique feature in here. You can put a spoon or a spork through here. Here's my toques that I use all the time when I'm going camping. I have like a little ring on the end attached to my pack. But we could slide that through there. Supposedly you can pour it like this. When we go outside to give this a try, we'll give that a try, see how well that works. Now I can see where this would be nice if you do not have handles on your pot, but I don't know how you get the lid on here unless you already had the lid on there. All right, I see a lot of potential with this. Also, we have where we can drink out of, steam holes or drainage holes. Yeah, this is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Let's try it with. Okay. I'm finding that you have to reach across the top. It does not want to pop up. Let's try, I have a Snow Peak 600. Now, if you're uncertain if it'll fit your stuff, go to the website, check it out. I don't know if it's fitting. Nah, it's not fitting this one. It gets on that side. Yeah, the sizes look off on this one. Let's try it like this. I'm pushing pretty hard on that, so it doesn't fit with this one. I don't know why, I thought it would. I don't want to break the lid. Now I'm fairly certain it's not going to fit with this. This is my Fire Maple, I think G2. Oh, man, I was hoping it would fit on here, truthfully. I hate this lid that the Fire Maple comes with. Yeah, it's not even close. Let's try this one. Nope, not even remotely close. I think this may even fit on here. It's loose though. That's why I like camping, man. You can go from toy to toy or camping item to camping item, kind of Frankenstein them together, making it what you want and how you need it. This is my to-go-to cup for, I couldn't even tell you how long, my favorite cup, just for the size. Just for the size of it. And I'm pretty ecstatic that it fits with this. So what we're going to do is plop this on here. Now they have little clips here. They're made out of this plastic. I'm hoping that they last, but it's like anything else made out of plastic. It won't last forever, I don't think. But we'll see. We'll give it a good try. Let's find our, remember from the review we did a little while ago, a couple of videos back, of the BRS stove and the windscreen. So let's plop that in there. And let's see if it all fits. If it doesn't fit, that doesn't help me. Oof, I wonder if a folding spoon would fit in here too. I think I'm pushing it. Because we would have one of these spoons with us. All right. Oh, I just noticed that came off without the can. Okay, it's not coming off on the inside. Okay, I guess if you pull too hard up on it, it will knock it off. But like I just said, you're going to use this with it, so I'm not going to need one of my mini spoons. So let's just put this back on here. I got a couple other spoons. Here's my, I believe it's a Sea to Summit aluminum spoon. That one fits a little tighter in there, but it still works. Here's a ATEP titanium spoon. A little tighter. I think they're all pretty universal as long as you get the titanium ones. Here's a Boundless Voyage one. Titanium. Yeah, pretty universal. Wow, I'm pretty excited about this. Now I have several other, I would like to try this on other titanium cups. But this seems to be the best. Right now, you guys know I use my Vargo 600 milliliter bot, which I absolutely love. So I always like to have backups and backups of my backups. So we're going to head outside, give it a try, see how well it boils with the lid on it. Hopefully it works out well. All right, guys, stick with it. Remember, click like and subscribe while we're in the middle here. All right, see you outside. All right, so I decided to come to a park down the road from where we live, and usually it's empty. Today they're having a sale, like local veggies and all that. So farmer's market, that is. Oh my gosh. So I'm having a tough time finding a good spot to film. I had everything planned out, but they're setting up booths where I was going to film at. So let's just do it in the middle of the park till we get kicked out of here, I guess. So we got our typical bag. What do we got in here? So we got our Pika cup or Pika lid in here. We got our bottle of water. We got the much required spoon or spork. And we got this as a backup. I'm going to be using this cup as well as my Cuvic insulated cup that I got from Cuvic themselves. So let's set this up. Now, I played with this a lot last night while I was filming, That's why the lighting wasn't so great at the beginning part there. But this lid seems to fit very well. Now, once you get it on here, it is tough to get off. So let's see if we can get it off without. All right, one side is easier than the other side, and that keeps happening. The canister kind of doesn't stay attached. It's just barely on there, I think, so which is a nice thing. So let's open this up. Here's our BRS stove. This is the most recent BRS stove that I've had. Let's open this bad boy up. Now remember, it's easier just to let it flop first and then lock all the legs in. Okay, then we can screw this on. I think I'm going to do a tutorial on how to replace the gasket in there because that's just turning into an issue. Let's see if it works. Yeah, a lot leaks out. Hope there's enough fuel in there. Okay, so we got that in there. So this stays in there very tight. Matter of fact, almost a little too tight. I'm finding that you gotta have to push it down a little where it wedges up on these little wedges here, and it kind of pushes it out. So it's on there pretty dang secure. So this, while I'm thinking about it, I got my hot lips in here. I got extra gaskets for the BRS stove. I've never lost a gasket, but that's where a lot of people saying they have issues. So we got this in a semi-level surface. Let's put this on there. Fill this up with water. Now I have this at a very steep angle just so you could see everything in there. We're gonna go right up to, now this is my Toke's 550 cup. This is for my ultralight kit. I really enjoy using this. So let's put this lid on. Let's see if we can do this without making a mess. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Snaps on. It can twist a little. There. Now we have that done. Before we even begin, I'm just going to insert the spoon. Ooh, I had me nervous there for a second. You know what? We're going to do that at the end. So let's take this off. I didn't bring I have the wind guard, but I'm not going to use it. Whew. Let's put this on there. This will take about a minute, so we'll get that cranking. So right now I'm going to use the Toke's titanium spoon, spork. I've had this for years. Once you get one, you find that what you like, keep it. I like the polished end. I don't like the unsanded, because the polish just has a better texture to it. And I'm almost liking the regular spoons better than sporks, but I keep going back to this one for whatever reason. Yeah, this is a beautiful park. Fall has finally arrived, so yeah, let's give it a minute and I'll be back to you. All right, so we got about another half a minute and it should be boiling. So here we're going to use our Mount Hagen coffee. It's always a good camping coffee to use. It's not as expensive as Starbucks, and I think it tastes better than Nescafe. It's overall good coffee, I think. Let me know in comments what you guys use for coffee on the trail, because I'm always looking for a good cup of coffee. You guys should know that at this point. I put a little Splenda to sweeten it up a little. All right, I can see the steam coming off it right now. So we're gonna kill this. Let's feel the lid. The lid's definitely warm, hot. It's hot. Okay, the handle's hot. Of course the handles are hot. See, this is where I like the idea of this. Okay, this is where this is gonna pass or fail for me. Oh, I just noticed this. Got to make sure you have it level. All right, let's move this out of the way. We're not going to need any more of this. Oh, we need a little more. Okay. Just got to make certain that you watch how you're pouring it and using it. Actually felt very sturdy. That's where I was worried most about it. Oh wow, okay. All right, and it does fit my 550 ultralight totes, which I'm super happy about. All right guys, let's talk it over. Let's see what we think at the end here. All right, that was a little easier than I thought it was going to be. So let's give this coffee a try before we talk about the lid itself. Cheers. Yeah, Mount Hagen makes pretty good coffee. So I'm pretty happy about that. So as far as the lid goes, lid is good quality, high impact plastic, ABS plastic. Happy with it so far. We'll have to see as time goes on. But overall, good product. Give it a try. Yeah, please click like and subscribe. Remember, I do it so you don't have to. And hopefully this will be our new lid for at least this Toaks 550 cup. For now, let's give another chow down to our coffee. Now, hopefully you guys have a great week, and until the next video.